Good evening, everybody. This is Vivian, and today is, what is today? Monday. Well, today I'm loading up part 5 of my then and now journey. It only contains 2 videos in this one. The first one and video 1, it's after I had done the second day of my 6.1 miles. And I talked about gratitude and thankfulness. So that video is about 11 minutes long. And the second video is about a little longer. It's like 27 minutes long. But I talked about in this video the power of words. And it's from, I got the idea from the book Think and Grow Rich. I also gave you my affirmation song again. Because I love that song. It's great for doing affirmations in song format because, people learn a lot from singing. And I know children do anyway, at least I did when I was growing up. But I hope you enjoy the next 2 videos, and that you will come back for part 6. This is going to be like a continuing saga, guys. So it'll be part 6. Down below, I put the link to the Overnight Millionaire program, which, started me on my personal development journey back in December of last year. And also, I've put a link down there for my network marketing company. It's called iBoomerang, and iBoomerang is also heavily involved in personal development. And one of the biggest things I love about this company is that they feed hungry children with everything that they do. The products that we sell, well, actually we don't really sell anything. The products that we share with everyone, the opportunity, the personal development, the inspiration, it's just a phenomenal company. So if you like, take a look at it down in the link below. You can take a look at the Overnight Millionaire program. Of course, I've also left the link for the book that I review most nights, A Year of Positive Thinking, Daily Inspiration, Courage and Wisdom by Cindy Spiegel. So take a look, and I hope you enjoy it. Good night. Good morning, family. This is Vivian, and today is Monday. It's another hot and humid day in South Florida. But once again, 6 miles, 6.1 miles today. And it was, we had a lot more people out walking this morning. I don't know whether it was just, I don't know what it was, but I had a lot more company out this morning than I normally have. So there was a lot more waving this morning. And it was actually great. It was fun. People were out and just strolling along as if all is good, and it is good. So today I want to talk about something I talk about a lot on my YouTube channel. So if you want to visit my YouTube channel, it's called Successful Mind Power. So if you want to do that, I talk about a lot gratitude and thankfulness. Matter of fact, last night I did a video on be thankful for everything. But, I was talking about last night being thankful for those little tiny things that, a lot of people take for granted. Getting up in the morning, breathing, being able to see, being able to hear, being able to smell, being able to walk, being able to talk, just the grass outside, the beautiful green trees, and whether they're green or not, the trees, the air you breathe, all of that.
just being grateful for those little things, and the big things will come to you. You know, a lot of times I think what happens is we see the things that we have, and we're not grateful. You know, we tend to take it for granted that it'll always be there. But when something is taken away from us, or something suddenly leaves our lives, we're more cognizant of what those things were, and we're grateful for things coming back into our lives. A lot of times we're grateful for most of the big things that come into our lives, not necessarily the little things. I hear people, and this is an analogy that I'm always re-quoting, and it's not exactly something that I thought of myself. Come on now. Nothing's new under the sun, right? But if you're asking God for money, and you pass a penny by and don't pick it up, that's money, right? If you're asking God for healing and only a part of your body is healed, and you don't say I'm thankful, then why should he heal the rest of you? I don't know. I walk around in gratitude all day. I gave people a challenge of writing down at least 5 things that you're grateful for every morning. As soon as you get up, I keep my gratitude journal in my bed with a pen, so that when I wake up in the morning, that's the first thing I do. I think about it, I meditate on it, and I write it down. And I can write in my gratitude journal. I don't limit myself to the number of things that I write down. But that was the challenge that I issued last night for other people, is to write down 5 things that you're grateful for every single day. Whether, it doesn't matter if it's the same exact thing every day. And, for people not to be able to think of anything that they're grateful for boggles my mind, because there's something to be grateful for every day. Just opening your eyes, because, think about the thing I talked about the other day was some people, you have to think of the absolute worst thing that could possibly happen. And the absolute worst thing that could possibly happen is that you're dead. And you can't wake up, and you're no longer here for your family, right? So, if you think of it that way, I think everything will become a little bit less huge. If you think of the absolute worst thing. Excuse me. Oh, whew, had to sneeze. But that's what I wanted to. It bears repeating, because every time, I'm reviewing a book. It's called A Year of Positive Thinking, and in the book there's repetition of idea, meaning that if it's a different heading, but the same idea. In that gratitude has been talked about and re-talked about and re-talked about in this book since I started reviewing it in January. Now this is June. I've been reviewing this book for 6 months. It's a year of positive thinking, by the way. So, so every time you repeat something, you learn it. I mean, it becomes habit. It becomes something that you do just cause, not necessarily having to force yourself to do it. Once you keep repeating it and repeating it and repeating it, it becomes a skill, and it becomes your habit. It becomes something that you do without even thinking about it, like breathing. You know, you don't have to think about breathing in order to breathe. You don't have to think about walking in order to walk. You don't. All those things are habits that you formed over your lifetime, because you weren't born walking. You know, that's something you had to practice, and you had to practice it and practice it until you got it right. You know, think of yourself as a child. You know, children are very resilient, and they will do stuff over and over and over until they get it. They just cannot fathom the idea of failure. You know, it's like, what? I can't do that? No, I can do that. Wesley Virgin calls it the childlike mind. And, you know, if you think about it, it is, right? Because if you continue to do something until you get it right, that's what kids do. If you watch a baby, and I think this is one of the examples that he gave. If you watch a baby trying to walk, they'll pull up on something first, right? And they'll walk around holding on for a second. And then all of a sudden you can see in their little minds, okay, I'm gonna let go of this thing so I can do this walking, because I see all these people walking around, and so I'm gonna walk too. And they'll take a couple of steps and they'll fall. And then they'll get up and they'll take a couple of steps and then they'll fall. But they don't give up. So incorporate your childlike mind when you think about giving up on anything you're trying to do, because that childlike mind is going to keep you going. It's going to keep you saying, nope, I'm not giving up on this until I get this right. I'm not giving up until I win. Because that's what little kids do. I remember watching my grandson when he was trying to walk. He kept pulling up on, and he'd walk a little bit, and he'd fall on his little bottom, and then he'd get up, and he'd walk a little bit, and he'd fall on his little bottom, and then he'd crawl, and then he'd stand. And I remember he was trying to stand up when he was a baby. I mean, a baby. But he he just was not going to give up. He was not going to give up, and he did it. And, you know, and of course now he's 2, so he's walking pretty good. But that is such a wonder to see little kids and their determination to do things. So we need to start going back to that mind. I mean, I don't advocate living in the past, but that's a past that you can incorporate that will help you in your present. Is to incorporate that childlike resiliency and determination. So that's my conversation today. I will be going, what will I do tomorrow? Tomorrow's another walk day, but then I do my total gym and aerobics on Wednesday and Thursday. And then I walking Friday and Saturday, and then of course Sunday is my rest and meditation. And I mean, I meditate every day, but you know, for Sunday it's just resting, letting my muscles heal and, you know, get back to normal before I start the exercising all over again on Monday. So I hope everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful day, and that your day is as good as mine has started out. So take care of yourself, and I love you. Bye-bye. Good morning, family. It's Vivian here, and today's Tuesday, and another hot and humid day in South Florida, but it's a gorgeous day. I'm gonna have to take this scarf off my head because it's driving me nuts so bonkers, and it's wet. So I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. I had a lot of epiphanies on my walk today because I was listening to Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, like the whole walk. And even though I've heard these things over and over again in the last few months, I don't know. Today is just, sometimes, when you hear things over and over and over again, and they just don't really resonate to you until you relate it to something in your life. And it just, I don't know, just hit me today. It's like, girl, yeah, that's right. Because, one of the things is the power of words. Even though I've been saying this on my YouTube channel, I've been telling myself that, I've been telling my kids that, I've been telling, everybody that I talk to, the power of words is powerful. And, my mentors and people that I've come in contact with lately have been telling you that the power of words is powerful. And I guess on some level I believed it, but on some level I guess I didn't, because for the past, I would say 2 or 3 weeks, I've been struggling with writing emails, because doing email marketing is it takes some work, right? So I said, and I kept saying to myself, I'm really not good at writing emails, and I said that over and over again. Power of words, right? And when I was listening to the Think and Grow Rich this morning, one of the sections in the book is about saying, when you repeat something to yourself over and over again, your subconscious mind is going to believe it. Whether it's true or not, it's going to believe it. And it will push you in the direction of whatever it is you're saying. Well, I kept telling myself I wasn't good at it. And so I didn't do it. I mean, I did it, but I was like, it was like I'd take somebody else's email and then I'd modify it to, fit me. And it dawned on me this morning that every single night I write copy for my live. What is copy other than another form of email? Hello, Vivian. You're really good at writing emails. And so I kept saying that. During the walk, I said, girl, you are really good at writing emails. You write this copy every single night, and you didn't even realize that it's copy, email, it's all the same thing. It's just thoughts on paper. So I had to just start laughing. Of course, my neighbors were looking at me like I was crazy because, I had these earphones in and I was laughing. Of course, they might have thought I was on the phone, but it was hilarious. That I was thinking that I wasn't good at it, but I know I am. So, I vowed to myself that every evening or every day, whatever time of day, just write at least 5 emails. And then I'll have a series of emails for my list. There you go. How hard is that? Not hard at all. And then all I have to do is modify it for each product that I promote. Hello. So that was my epiphany today. Also, I remembered an affirmation song that I wrote in the Overnight Millionaire program. I'm in also Done For You Services, which is another, the sister program to Overnight Millionaire. And within that group, we are taught affirmations and meditation and all of that stuff, and in order to achieve your goals and to also action as well, but those kind of things. So in order to encourage myself and also others, I wrote an affirmation song. I'm going to sing it to you. Don't laugh. It's cute. It's my song. Don't worry about it. Okay. So the song says, you're wonderful, you're beautiful, you're powerful, you're bold, you're a multi-millionaire. You're courageous, you're intelligent, you're independent, yeah. You're a multi-millionaire. You're generous, you're grateful, you deserve this, you do. You're a multi-millionaire. You put God first in everything you do, and you're a multi-millionaire. Believe in yourself, you love yourself, and you're a multi-millionaire. You're happy and you're loved and you attract what you want. You're a multi-millionaire. You are what you are and you are enough and you're a multi-millionaire. Yeah. So, I also recorded that on my phone, right? So, periodically, I just turn it on and I listen to it on loop. And, of course, I sing along. Because it's me singing. It's my song. What the heck? So, it's my affirmation song. And I sing it to myself when I look at my earnings and I go, that's not going to get me to the millionaire step. No, that's not. And so I turn myself around and go, leave that word can't out of your vocabulary because it is not true. Can't is not a word you need to even be considering in your vocabulary. Because what can't does is it derails the positive things that you're doing, right? If you say, well, I was going to do this, but, I tell you, just knock the butt out of your life. I'm going to do this, or I am doing this. And, that was another thing in the Think and Grow Rich. Determination. Determination is one of those things, boy, I tell you, it will make people climb mountains. And your words, once you get emotionally involved in it, there's nothing that can stop you. She told a story of a little girl. This was way back when, and I think it was the 1800s or something. The little girl went to her uncle's store. Now, her uncle was kind of a mean and surly kind of guy, right? And she asked him, said, my mother needs 50 cents. And he told her no. And he just, go home. I'm not giving you 50 cents. And she just stood there. And the cousin that was standing in the store was looking at her like, move on, because, he knew how mean his father was. Well, the little girl just stood there. And so the uncle looked at her, didn't I tell you to go home? I am not giving you 50 cents. And then the little girl just stood there. And so the guy walked over to her, stood in front of her, and he was going to, give her a little switch. He said, if you don't go home, I'm going to give you the switch. And she stepped to him and she said, my mother needs that 50 cents. And he stopped. He pulled the 50 cents out of his pocket and he gave it to her and she left. He sat down as if the life had been drained out of him because that little girl with her determination defeated all that mean spirit in him. So your determination can do a lot. I was telling somebody the other day, I said, look, they said they lived with negative people. And because I said to him, you need to get away from negative people, because that's affecting your positive side and your belief in yourself. And he says, well, it's kind of hard because I live with these people. I said, okay, fine. Then you be positive every day. You run around and you laugh and you dance around and you do all kinds of positive things, and that will affect them. One way or the other, it's going to affect them. And most of the time, when people are negative and somebody's in the house that's positive all the time, I mean, or as much as you can be, some people, you 100%, sometimes you can't do that. Oh, look, there's that word. 100% positivity is a challenge, because there's things going on around the world, right? But if you make up in your mind and you decide that you are going to be positive no matter what they do, then they'll come around. Incorporate them into it. Hey guys, I love you, and just keep walking. You don't have to, there's no falsehood in it. You don't have to be fake about it. Just go, hey guys, I love you, and just keep going. After a while, that negative spirit that they have will just keep going down and down and down and down. And after a while, your household will be positive. And then your outlook on life will be positive, because I'm telling you, life is what you make it. I was also thinking about, and I probably get a lot of negative feedback on this one, but sometimes I hear people complain that people don't recognize the contribution that Black people have made on America. But the problem is that we don't put it out there. We have to be advocates of ourselves. We have to tell the world, look, this is what we contribute. And just keep telling those stories. Hey, Jonathan, how you doing, baby? It's my nephew. And, if you tell those stories, how the Africans used to tell stories. The griots, they were the storytellers, right? They would tell the story generation after generation after generation until their children knew the stories. Their children's children knew the stories, because they would keep telling them. That's what we have to do, to let the world know this is what we contributed to the world. We can't rely on somebody else to do that. Oh, well, they don't recognize it. Well, do you recognize it? Do you study it? Do you tell the world what we did? Then if you don't, then don't complain about it. That's my opinion. And I think that, we as a people have to start doing that for ourselves. We have to put out and let the world know, no, we did this. Yes, we did this. We are more valuable than anybody ever knows. I saw somebody posting something that said, if we think about it, we have the buying power of billions. And we buy other people's products, but we don't buy our own. When somebody in our race or culture opens a store, oh, that's just too expensive. And they think they're something because they got a store. Or they think they're something because they're rich. Stop it. Have more pride about yourself, about your culture, about your people, and support them. That's the only way things are going to change. We have to support each other. And I know, my voice may not mean anything to anybody, but I'm going to put it out there anyway. We have to do better. We have to talk to ourselves better. We have to be more positive about our actions, about the things that we say to each other, and we have to be responsible for ourselves. There's a statement. I need to go get it. I guess I'll have to take you with me. That I'm learning in, well, I'm not learning, but have in my coaching sessions. And so, and the statement says, I am responsible for my life, for my feelings, and for my personal growth, and for every result I get. This is a statement that I say every evening before I go to bed and every morning when I get up to remind myself that when I start getting discouraged and I start blaming somebody, well, what they did or this happened and that happened, it's not their fault. Did you do it right? Or are you looking at what you did to get the result that you have? So let me do that again. I am responsible for my life, for my feelings, for my personal growth, and for every result that I get, good or bad. So if we don't, hey Ruby, and oh Rod, I'm so sorry, I didn't see you there, but you know we really have to start looking at our lives and saying to ourselves, why are we doing the blame game? You know, let's start taking responsibility, yes, and taking action. And I see a lot of people taking action. You know, they're doing something. Whatever your contribution is, maybe you don't want to get out in March. But whatever your contribution is, that is your contribution. And stop putting people down because they're not doing what you're doing. That is ridiculous, and it doesn't help anything. Everybody's not going to do the exact same thing, but as long as you do something, hallelujah. I'm getting all excited, y'all. I know. I tend to do that when I talk, or just things just keep coming into my head. But I'm telling you that, you know, when you have these epiphanies, sometimes it just helps to get it out, and it helps to share with other people your thoughts. Whether they agree or disagree is irrelevant. As long as you believe what you're saying, who cares what anybody else thinks? I would love for people to agree with what I'm doing, but that's not the point. The point is, I'm just saying what I think. You do you, boo. That's the phrase I hear a lot. You got to do you. And as long as you do you, you're responsible for you. And that's the only person you're responsible for. You know, I heard, I was listening to Bob Proctor this morning. He does this series called 6 Minutes to Success. And he said, the only person you're responsible for is you. If you have children, you're responsible for those children only to the age of maturity. Once they reach maturity, you're no longer responsible for them. Yes, you love them and you want them to do well, but whatever you did from when they were a baby to the time they left your house, that's the only thing you're responsible for. Once they leave you, you're not responsible for them anymore. You love them and you're going to love them for the rest of their lives, but you're not responsible for them. So however they turn out, that's how they turn out. Because at that point, then they have control of their lives. You only have control of you after that. And you get to do what you want to do with your life. And that's it. You know, I was at some point feeling guilty. Well, maybe if I had done this and maybe if I had done that. this wouldn't have happened. Shoulda, woulda, coulda was one of those things that you really don't want to get involved in, because it's ridiculous. Because you can't change the past. Whatever happened, it's already happened. So if you sit there and wallow in it, it's just not going to do you any good whatsoever. Go and create your future from this point forward. Because that's all you can do. Start where you are and make today great. And the next day great. And the next day great. Because, I did a series on my channel and said, there is no tomorrow. And people are probably looking at me now and going, what the heck is she talking about? There is no tomorrow, because tomorrow is always today. So yesterday you would say, well, tomorrow I'm going to do this. But if somebody asks you Tuesday, today, what is today? Tuesday. Well, yesterday you were saying it was tomorrow. So there is no tomorrow. So live every day as if it were today, because that's all it is. That's all you got is today. Live, the phrase, live every day as if it were your last day on earth. That's what you have to do. I plan things. Yes, you're going to plan certain things in your life. But tomorrow's not granted to you. It's not promised to you. So everything you can get done today, do it. And then when the next day comes, do that. And keep on doing that until you get what you want. That's the only thing you can do. And that's the only thing I'm doing. I have to do this exercise every day until I get where I want to be. I am quite a ways from where I want to be physically. But I'm doing it every day. I walk every day. Or I exercise every day, whether it's walking or working out on my gym or doing aerobics or dancing or whatever it is. I do something every day. On Sunday, when I relax, I stretch. That's to get my muscles in shape. So every single day I'm working towards that goal, and that's what you have to do. Work towards your goal every day. And don't put it off saying, well, I can't. That word, eliminate can't from your vocabulary, because you can if you want to. You have to get emotionally involved in every decision that you make. Every single one. Get emotionally involved in it, and you will achieve it, I promise. There is no doubt in my mind that I'm a millionaire right now. Money may not be physically in my bank account right now, but hey, this millionaire girl, whoo, yes. That's how you get emotionally involved, and keep doing and keep working towards it. It's not just gonna fall out of the sky. That's a myth. But if you think it and you're determined about it and you get emotionally involved in it, it will happen, because you will be pushed towards doing the things necessary to get it done. Everything. Anything you want is within your reach. Anything. So I know I've babbled, but I'm getting salty now because the sweat from my walk is drying. So I'm feeling all the salt on me. So I have to go take a shower. But guys, I hope you got something out of something I said today, because that's my purpose, to inspire and encourage people. I give you my epiphanies and my experiences in life and all that to share with you and to encourage you to do better for yourselves. Treat yourself like you want others to treat you. If you want people to treat you well, treat yourself well. Be good to yourself, love yourself, do whatever you have to do other than anything criminal. Leave the criminal part out of it, please. To get what you want. And you'll get there. One step at a time. That's all it takes. And if your steps are not going as fast as somebody else's, don't be discouraged, because your blessing is right around the corner. And if you stop, you are guaranteed not to get it. Just keep going. Keep going. Keep taking those baby steps, and they will increase. I talked about this the other day. Baby steps lead to toddler steps. Toddler steps lead to prepubescent steps. And then you got teenage steps. And then all of a sudden, you're a grown-up, and you're there. And it's all good. So take care of yourself, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. I am certainly going to do that. And thank you guys, Jonathan, Shake, Ruby, Peter, Susan. Thank you guys for joining me this morning. I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.